Welcome to the Big Rhea and Ace Pick 6, College Football Week 9. Alright, let's go, Ace.
All right, boys, college football week 9 is here. Can't believe the season is going by. But these are the weeks when, the real contenders come through, the pretenders fall off, and whoever knows their football is cashing in, boys. First of all, I want to start off and talk a little bit about the lines. We've been getting some comments regarding, well, my line is 4, you guys have 5, this, that, da-da-da-da. Let me just touch on that. We film our college football usually every Tuesday. So when the lines open up on Monday, we're giving you guys those lines Tuesday morning. But by the time Saturday comes, those lines could change. They can change, 1 point, a point and a half, 2, 3, depending on injuries. They can, where all the money's being bet, so they can move. So when we give you the lines, we're giving it to you on Tuesday. If you guys like it, jump on it Tuesday. Don't wait till Friday, Saturday morning. They can change. And then you're telling us, hey, the line went up here and there. But we're giving you guys the line. And then also, depending on where you guys are placing some wagers and things like that, your sports book could be adding a point for juice here and there, and you're getting screwed. If you're not one of those big, casinos, you're getting screwed here, guys. So I don't know what to tell you, but it is what it is. So this is Tuesday. We're giving you guys the lines as of Tuesday. All right, boys. Here we go, boys. College football week 9. Start you guys off. We got Clemson at Florida State. Clemson is a 17-point favorite here. Clemson 7-0, coming off a 41-7 win versus NC State. Clemson is looking really good ever since they inserted freshman quarterback Lawrence. He's the real deal. He's looking good. They're averaging 44 points per game since he's came in and the starter, with an average win margin of 33. But I have said this all along, I'm not a huge fan of Clemson, and I don't respect their schedule, their strength of schedule. So yeah, they're 7-0, they're a top team, but when they actually play solid teams, it's a different story. Then we got Florida State 4-3, boys, coming off a 38-17 win versus Wake Forest. They have won 3 of their past 4 games. Only loss during that stretch was 28-27 at Miami. So they're playing pretty damn good as of late, guys. They're averaging 33 points during that streak in the past 4 games, and they're only giving up 22 points. QB Francos is looking pretty good during the last 4, 10 TDs, 2 interceptions. This is a game that Florida State is going to play tough. Don't think Clemson's going to come into Florida State and run all over them. That's not going to happen. Don't get fooled here, guys. This is the road game for Clemson. They just want to come out of this with a victory. That's all they want, because they know that they're on upset alert here too on the road. So don't get fooled, guys. This is an easy one. Take Florida State plus 17. Game 2, we got Kentucky at Missouri. Missouri is a 7-point favorite here. Kentucky 6-1, coming off a 14-7 win versus Vanderbilt. Their only loss all season is to Texas A&M, 20-17 in overtime. And here's the thing, though. Kentucky's only had 2 road games all season, and really they do rely on the running game with Snell Jr. They don't have a passing game here, and when they're going to have to catch up, because I think Missouri's going to start off red hot. They're at home. They're going to start off red hot, and it's going to be tough for Kentucky to catch up on the ground there. And when they go to the throw, it's going to be tough there. Then we got Missouri, who's 4-3, coming off a 65-33 win versus Memphis. They looked good. They started off 3-0 this season. Then they were on a 3-game losing streak, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Missouri, they kind of forgot about them. Look, that 3-game losing streak, they lost to Georgia, they lost to Alabama, and they had a heartbreaking 2-point loss to South Carolina at the end. So don't get fooled that they're not a good team. They're still a really good team, high-powered offense, and you guys are going to see that through the rest of the season. I'm a big fan of QB Drew Lock. Everybody knows that. I expect Missouri to run the table Locke is going to have at least three touchdowns every game to end the season. You know, don't get fooled here, guys. Missouri's at home. This is another easy one. Take Missouri -7. Game 3, we got UAB at UTEP. UAB is a 16.5 favorite here. UAB 6-1, guys, coming off a 29-21 win versus North Texas. They are on a 5-game winning streak, guys. But here's the thing: they have not scored more than they've only scored more than 31 twice all season, guys. Twice all season. Spread here is 16.5. You know, their QB Edderly is only 7 TD passes all season. Yeah, he's get some on the ground, but he's only thrown 7 TD passes all season. Then we got UTEP, 0-7. Yes, guys, 0-7. 0 wins. But in the past 6 games, guys, other than that first game against Northern Arizona, in the past 6 games, they've only given up more than 31 points once. Okay, remember that. They've scored at least 20 points in 5 of those 6 games. And in the past 4 games, they've not lost by more than 11, guys. So don't let the records fool you here. They're obviously a much better team at home as well. This is another one. This is similar to that San Diego State, San Jose State game last week when the spread was 28 for San Diego and they won by, I think, 3. And I called that game and I told you guys that was a lock. This is another one, guys. Do not get fooled by the record. 6-1, 0-7, thinking this is an easy one. UTEP is at home. It's at home. They're gonna play this one tough. They're easily covering this plus 16.5. Don't get fooled. Take UTEP plus 16.5. Big Ree, let's go.
All right, I'm really pumped about this week. So before I start, I only have one lock of the week, but I feel really good about all 3 picks. I'm just letting you guys know that. Really, really good. So the first game I'm starting out with is Illinois at Maryland. We got Illinois 3-4 coming off a 28-point blowout loss versus Wisconsin. And then we got Maryland also coming off a blowout loss, 23-point blowout loss to Iowa. Didn't even put up a point on the board. So let's start out with Illinois. The 3 teams they beat: Kent State, Western Illinois, and Rutgers. Then we got Maryland, who's been a solid team. They had one disappointing loss versus Temple at home, but they also beat Texas, who's currently a top 10 team. As I said, and Ace has said, when you lose by 23 and you're an 18-point favorite, you take the 18-point favorite. So I'm taking Maryland -18 here. I feel really good about this one. The next game I got is Oregon State at Colorado. So we got Colorado 5-2 coming off a 27-13 loss to Washington. On the other hand, we got Oregon State 1-6 coming off a blowout loss to Cal. The one team that Oregon State beat was Southern Utah. Other than that, their average margin loss is by 26 points. You know, Colorado, on the other hand, their 2 losses were on the road versus USC and last week at Washington. I really like Colorado here. The spread is really high at 23, but I'm still taking Colorado 23. So my final game I got is South Florida at Houston. I'm taking the over-under here. So we got South Florida averaging 35.5 points, giving up an average of 25 points. Then we got South Florida averaging 259 passing yards and averaging 240 rushing yards. South Florida is giving up an average of 180 passing yards, which isn't too much, but they're giving up an average of 234 rushing yards. Then we got Houston, on the other hand, averaging 48 points and giving up an average of 27 points to opponents. Then we got Houston going with average of 321 passing yards and 230 rushing yards on the ground. Then we got Houston giving up an average of 335 passing yards and 155 rushing yards. I'm taking the over 74, and this is my lock of the week.
All right, boys.